Guys, what is up? It is Rapmark again with some more Guild Wars and another Vista guide. So, this one, we are going to around Lake Ferritus. So, fairly easy. There's a pipeway going down here to this little arms factory here. So long as you do not fail at jumping, you shall be fine. It's kinda just a short little walk down the road. And lo and behold, there it is, just above the lake. So what is it that we shall see? And a beautiful lakescape with some human ruins on the side. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, now the next one is going to take us to Victor's Presidium. Now I kind of wandered around trying to figure out where to start on that. So here's essentially the starting point. It's in the little camp area. Every once in a while an event will happen which will kind of make the area untenable. So aside from that, it's really not too hard. Just more leaping around the rock face. Some narrow corridors, but not really anything too much to be worried about. And then up you go through the split, and voila, there you have it. Our lovely vista, which shows us lots of forest. A view of the camp, and of course the rock itself. And perpetually getting more XP. So our next one takes us to around Martyrs Woods and between Tars Triumph. You go to a little hub area, and it's just right there. It took me a little bit of looking for, but nothing too serious. Yeah, just hop up here. Now this is where you start to deal with like jumping at the right place, right time, or else you like fall. Fortunately nothing fatal at this point, but as you'll see here, yeah. That happened a few times. It kinda sucked. Anyway, here's me pulling the successful run. And just a little jumpy. Making sure that I'm not like aimed in a bad position. And then after that, you just jump up here, and then there's the pathway, and there is our vista. And what will it show us? A statue commemorating Char's victory. XP, and next one is going to take us around Lake Doria. This one was kind of a struggle to figure out where it was that I actually went up, but I finally found it around that area over there. Now you want to watch out when you get there, because as you can see in the background, there's actually a veteran Minotaur or Centaur that can kind of wreck your day. But yeah, I had help from this guy right here. So yeah, we took it down no problem. So you just go around jumping, and then a little board right here. Struggling with the camera. My chronic pain. fail at camera views. But anyway, just more jumping. And along the path, and voila. There you go. Nice little overview of the ruins in our little lake area. I gotta say, I love the scenery. And once again, so moving on to the next one, we are now at Warclaw Expanse. Now this is like essentially a big separatist rebel area, so wandering back and forth, it can be a little bit tricky. You want to come in through the side that my cursor is currently on, because if you go on through the other side, you get targeted by that catapult, which is really annoying, especially when you're trying to do this. Oh, it was really annoying when I was trying to film this. Yeah, a lot of times. Ugh. Anyway, so now we have just some more leaping. I think at some point there's like a cat. No, not this one. It's going to be the next one. So yeah, it's an easy one to get. This one is an easy one to get. It's just kind of a pain dealing with all the mobs everywhere. So you just run along and voila. And what it shows you is a grand view of the iron and sea works that the Char have created. Rather industrious. And voila, another one knocked out. So our next one is going to take us between Devas District and Madis Corridor. So as you can see, I wandered around trying to figure out where the opening was. It is right there is where you want to go, and then around. So there's some mobs, mainly scorpions, but they're not as bad as the separatist element. But yeah, you just jump around. It goes around the rock, and yeah, a little more jumping puzzle. Yeah, I failed at this a couple times. So yeah, just jump. Just a simple one, but then there's another one coming up. So there's a couple jumping parts here where you have to be a little bit careful. Aside from that, not too hard. You can see it in the distance over there. It's just like, I don't know why I'm backing up. It's not as if real world physics work in this the same way in our world. But anyway, we go here. There's all my little minions. And it shows the, again, human ruins as well as the current settlement we have there. A player over there, whirlwinding a mob. Pro sauce. Now the next one, this was a little bit annoying. It's by the toppled wall, and there are lots of harpies that you have to deal with here. If you stay around this area, you'll stay kinda safe, but you might have one run into you. Yeah, I failed here as well a couple times. These are actually really small platforms, but again, if you've had no problems so far, you should have no problems getting this. Yeah, it's just those two platforms, and then you just go up. Probably the hardest part is just dealing with the harpies that wander around. And you show a beautiful scape. What is called the Grove of the Fallen God. I assume this is where a Titan was defeated. Well, if you know lore, you'd know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so the next one takes us to the Escalon City Ruins, the old human city in this area that was destroyed. This one was a pain, because essentially to get up the stairs you have to deal with so many mobs, and it was just awful. It took me like 3 people and an hour to get this one, and I couldn't start recording until like I actually got to the top of the stairway, because there were just mobs respawning everywhere. And if you fall, there's mobs everywhere too, so between the fall damage and mobs, you're pretty much dead. So yeah, I had about a group of 3 people. This person also helped me as well. Yeah, leap of faith and then a narrow boardwalk to try to get there. It's probably not as hard as I'm kind of freaking out here to be, but I've also been doing this for a while, and yeah, I just did not want to fall again, because this was actually, it was a pain because of the ghost mobs everywhere. But it rewarded off. You see a piece of the wall as well as the city. Very grandiose. And another one knocked off. But yeah, I would suggest 2 or 3 people here. Now the next one takes us to the KTM Forest. I kind of had to go the long way, because this is actually really easy to find. You can just teleport in right there, but every once in a while, like, ogres kind of take out the encampment so you can't use it, so I had to use the long way because that's what happened. But if it's ever free, you just teleport, go up the tower, and there it is. Nothing too tricky. And the ogre sort of settlement. So good stuff, nothing too bad, unless the ogres have taken out the settlement. Now the next one is going to take us to Humanlement. So the starting area was kind of tricky for me to find, but I eventually got there. So it's just in a little wreckage where there's a little alcove there, and just jump up. Go up here. And it's just like, oh, there it is. That was easy. Just like this was nothing. But yeah, watch out, because you'll get surprised. Just like, oh, ow, what's hitting me? What's going on? Oh, there are mobs here. Yeah, and I freak out. I don't know what's going on. I'm just like, I'm confused, I don't understand. And then I start attacking. There's trolls. I eventually take this one out relatively easily. Once again, and then this archer is being a dick, so I drain him as well. I almost don't make it, but at the end of the day, poof, back on my feet, and he's dead. So I take this quickly, but also beware once this is done and you see this beautiful like ruined cityscape. Yeah, there'll be another troll. He'll be a veteran, and he'll also be very upset, and yeah, bad things will happen. So yeah, that is the Plains of Ashford 1 through 15 zone. I hope this guide has helped you out. I had a lot of fun making it. You all have a good one, and I will see you guys on the flip side.